just a little bit, and that's what Paul Tischer and Dominique Genet will have to contend with. It is the compound bronze medal match for the men. And the Frenchman, Dominique Genet, leading the competitors out to the field of play here in Antalya. Genet on target number 2, and Paul Tischer, another tall archer, on target number 1. So France against Germany. 10 nations represented here today in the individual finals. The USA, Italy, Russia, Germany, France, People's Republic of China, Chinese Taipei, India, Korea, and the Ukraine. Another German archer right here, Paul Tischer, who was 5 points better than Mario Cardoza in the quarterfinals, and then fell by only 2 points to Rio Wild in the semifinals, which is an accomplishment. And he will take on Dominique Genet of France, who won his quarterfinal match by 6 points and then lost by 6 points to Braden Gelantine of the United States. Comes in ranked 10th in the world. And a very experienced archer, Dominique Genet, who won a bronze medal in Shanghai, beating his French teammate Pierre-Julien Deloche 147 to 146 just 2 weeks ago. Also took home a mixed team gold medal and a silver medal with the French men's team at stage 1. So he won 3 gold medals, or excuse me, 3 medals total in the first stage 2 weeks ago. So he's done well already on the Archery World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. You know, to be in every category and to medal in every category is no mean feat. There's a lot of concentration that goes into it.
So there you see the breakdown in the quarterfinals and the progression, the step ladder progression. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll have the All-American gold medal final between Gelantine and Rio Wild, but first the bronze medal match, as Tischer of Germany takes on Genet of France.
Allez, Dominique.
And it will be Dominique Genet getting this match started on target number 2.
Ouais, X, nickel.
And he drills a bullseye, hits the 10 ring.
X.
Tischer even better.
Yep. Looks like the conditions are the same on the practice field as they are on the main field of play. So
Peering through that sight ring, he puts it on the line. They're counting it unofficially as a 9 at the moment. Tischer takes his time, and it's an 8.
it's just getting a little tricky out there in places. You can see the windsock and the flags blowing quite.
When you've got these conditions, how do you know when to release?
You've just got to, it depends. If your sight's moving around, you've just got to try and get it somewhere near the yellow and just execute your shot. Depends how much you're getting buffeted, and you've only got 20 seconds in which to get up to full draw and shoot your arrow. It's not a lot of time. There's not a lot of time for adjustment. So it can be tricky.
Trying to gauge the wind.
I mean, that's really where the coach comes into play a little bit, keeping an eye on the flag, seeing if the wind is picking up.
So both of these archers really feeling things out a little bit as you take a look at the Turkish flag, waving in the wind.
You can never quite tell whether the conditions, although the practice range is just to the left of the main field of play, the conditions can be a little different, especially when the stands are built. You know, you don't get the feeling of what the arrows are, how strong the wind is and what it's going to do to your arrows, because you're a little protected.
And to be honest, all week long you've been shooting at another field that's about a mile from here.
Yes.
And it makes a big difference. It was also surrounded by trees, which blocked a lot of the wind. You still got wind, but nothing like this.
No. I mean, as soon as you put an archery finals on a on a beach, you know there's going to be some fun.
Rechts. Allez, Dom. C'était nickel.
It adds to the excitement and the interest in the sport.
Makes it exciting for the crowd.
Ouais, nickel. 10 à droite. Parfait.
Genet generating some excitement of his own with the bullseye right there. His first shot of the second end. Genet had a 1-point lead after the first 3 arrows. Tischer trying to keep pace
Mittig hoch, 910.
and does so with a 9. So now Genet with his second shot. And Genet drills it.
He's now got a 3-point lead.
C'est bien. On sent qu'il y a de la
Genet
maîtrise
has
dans
been
l'arc.
ranked as high as 5th in the world. That was back in 2007. Came in here ranked 10th in the world.
10.
That's a good reply from Paul.
So Paul Tischer, the German archer, who also had to upset 2-time world champion Sergio Pagni in one of the early elimination rounds to get here.
That's no mean feat. Sergio
No.
is one of the most consistent performers in world archery.
Quand ça ouvre là, c'est bien.
So an accomplishment by Tischer
Tu connais là.
to get by
Et honnêtement, tu vois, là, ça ouvre,
Sergio
ça-
Pagni and then come within 2 points of beating Rio Wild. But Tischer has his hands full right now after the first 6 arrows, 55 out of a possible 60 points for the German archer.
c'est encore lui qui rate.
Dominique Genet getting off to a stronger start through the first 2 ends. 58 out of a possible 60, has missed on only 2 shots so
Donc là,
far.
ça arrive, on sent que c'est-
That's good
les poses
shooting.
sont en place, c'est un peu grand, donc du coup, quand ça ouvre, ça se met en
So a
place.
3-point lead as the 2 archers talk it over with their coaches. In case you're just joining us, in the women's competition, the compound competition, Albina Laganova has captured gold, Christina Berger the bronze, and Marcella Tonioli, got the bronze, and it was Christina Berger settling for the silver, which isn't bad.
No, not a bad,
Komm, schön
bad
Druck
week
von
for any of
unten.
those archers.
Well, it's a good week's work. Tischer trailing by 3 will shoot first to start the third end
Rechts.
and starts well.
Allez, Dom. Les épaules basses, la tête haute. Allez, Dom.
Genet picked up a bronze medal with the mixed team from France here in Turkey last year.
Nickel.
Now trying to get a bronze medal on his own.
Allez, ça, c'est du Genet.
Maintains his 3-point lead over Paul Tischer.
Links tief 10.
Allez, épaules basses.
That's
There's enough
it.
Allez.
It's a 10.
If Andrea Gale says it's a 10, it's a 10.
9 gauche.
Okay, so
C'était un petit peu moins agressif.
we've
là.
got a point back now.
Bien sur l'attaque. On lâche pas.
Lead down to just 2 points.
Allez, Dom.
9 links hoch.
A 9 just outside the 10 ring.
There's some good shooting there.
And Genet can recover with a 10. Oh, but it's an 8.
Eight.
Wow.
Okay, we're back down to a 1-point lead.
That changes the complexion of this match just a little
Ah
bit
oui, non, c'était pas-
as Genet shoots an 8
vite pas loin.
on the third and final arrow of that third end. And so after leading by 3, 58-55 after the first 6 arrows, 9 arrows into this match now.
T'es toujours,
It's just a 1-point lead, so basically anybody's match.
Definitely. 1 point. You can't be settled on just a 1-point lead, not with 6 arrows to go.
So as you look at these two gentlemen, what's going through their minds right now, Andrea? You've been there.
They have been there. I think you just got to concentrate on what you're doing. You can't affect what the other guy's doing, so you just got to shoot your shots nice and strong and concentrate on just hitting 10s. And then leave it up to the other guy to see what he's going to do.
Some clouds rolling in now here on the beach, Konyaaltı Beach in Antalya, Turkey, the Turkish Riviera.
Allez, Dom.
Auf geht's, Paul.
Bonne bouffée d'oxygène là.
But this is anything but a day at the beach for these archers. It's all about business as Tischer trailing by only 1,
Schön Druck von unten.
battling for a bronze medal.
Sehr schön. 10
Starts
links.
off strong with a 10.
Great opening shot. Puts the pressure on Dominique Genet.
Even though he's not supposed to be paying attention, right?
Yeah, but you do hear it.
You know, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
you do.
9 à gauche.
Okay, we're all level.
tied. So there we are, tied at 94. Tischer shooting a 10, Genet a 9, and we're all back even, Steven. Oh, great grouping.
Brilliant.
Terrific grouping by Paul Tischer, who is vying for this bronze medal, as is Genet.
9 gauche encore.
It seems that the wind's moved them over, even though Tischer's arrows are in the 10, they're to the left of the 10, and Dominic seems to have gone into the 9 on the left, so I think the wind is picking up.
Rechts hoch 9.
So after grouping those first 2 arrows to the left in the 10 ring, it's a little high and to the right in the 9 ring for Paul Tischer, but Tischer,
Ouais, 10. Encore.
even though the 10 by Genet, well, the 10 by Genet ties it up at 113.
So this now comes down to a 3-arrow match.
Donc il y a de temps en temps des rafales plus importantes.
So after all the elimination rounds, after traveling thousands of miles to get here, all comes down to 3 arrows, no pressure,
Exactly.
which is exactly what Genet's coach is telling him. Stay calm, stay cool, stay composed. Easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean,
But you have to focus on one shot at a time, don't you?
you do.
There you see Tischer checking his arrows, the fletching, the knock. You don't want anything to go wrong and have a technical malfunction.
No, you don't, and that's a good thing to do. Also notice that Dominic just moved his sight, so he's moved his sight to allow for the wind now.
So after trailing by 3, after 6 arrows, Paul Tischer has battled back and has tied the match at 113 all as we head into the 5th and final
Allez, c'est
end.
toi le patron. Allez, Dom.
If it's tied after these 3 arrows,
Shoot off, 1 arrow, closest to the middle.
Ouais, les tirés nickel.
Good start.
Ça, c'est
all
tiré
right,
nickel.
the challenge has been presented for Mr. Tischer. And he answers.
He does. I think I'd prefer to be going first in the last end, so that
Really?
your arrows are in the target.
Ouais,
Very
la même.
steady and great grouping.
Definitely.
Super bien tiré là.
Druck von unten.
He's found a
Toi
groove,
le boss.
and the pressure is back on Paul Tischer.
Allez, Dom.
Okay, so
C'est parti.
Dominic just
Se
needs to
décompte à
hit
5
10
s'il y a
now
besoin. Allez,
to
Dom.
seal the match.
If he's in the 10 ring, it's over. If it's outside the 10 ring, Tischer still has a chance.
And to win, it is
Oh, there it is. Just on the line, but it's going to be a 10, and that should do it. And fist bumps by Dominique Genet. And Paul Tischer finishes off with a 10, but to no avail. He will fall 1 point short. A terrific match.
Brilliant match. And this is how compound archery is turning out to be these days. It's just 1 point between a win and a loss.
Just a great performance, clutch performance by Dominique Genet of France, who was tied at 113 all after the first 4 ends, but was 1 arrow better, 1 point better than his competitor from the Deutschland, Paul Tischer, the German archer, with his hands on his hips, wondering what if. He falls by 1, 143 to 142. The last time that Tischer had medaled was when he took a bronze medal in 2009 at stage 2 in Croatia. That was his only World Cup medal thus far, and he came this close to picking up his second, but not to be here on the beach in Antalya, where France picks up another medal, a bronze one.